In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, here with another beautiful Friday night on Debate Crypto. Miguelito, ¿cómo estás?
Qué bolón, tiburón.
Dude, I'm excited to be here. We got lots of craziness going on in the markets. As always, we're going to get into that in a couple minutes. Before we do that, just as a reminder, we gave away a ticket last night to NFT NYC. And
Yes,
it ended up being somebody that was in multiple different communities. He's in our community, he's in the Anxious Bulldogs community, and he's in the Marshmallow Dudes community, which is super cool. And so I'm super excited to have.
And the best part was he can't go, so he's just gonna burn the ticket.
What?
No, he's actually he actually gave the ticket to somebody else
who is
gonna go, that they're friends with in the community as well.
Yeah.
So he actually gave the ticket away to somebody that he knew in the community that is actually going to be able to go. So that was super cool.
I think that's super dope, dude. I think it shows what NFT, like when we talk about communities in the NFT space, I think that's one of the things that says, hey, look, this is real. This is somebody that had the opportunity to take a $900 ticket and maybe do something else with it. And he said, no, you know what? I can't go. Somebody else that I know wants to go is in here. Let's get him there. And so I was super excited to see that. So heck yeah, shout out to what was his name?
A-Train with a number behind it. I forget the number.
A-Train, shout out to A-Train. You are a man, a myth, a legend. We appreciate it. So make sure you smash the likes, guys. Jump into the Danger Close Alpha Discord. We are getting closer and closer every single day to the stimulus drop, which is our 10,000 piece free mint.
TikTok.
And not just on TikTok, but all platforms. Hey, we've got some more information that we're going to be releasing soon as it relates to what the different tokens are going to do for you. But just know this, if you want to get whitelisted, you need to get some free stuff, right? You need to get in on the free mint to get whitelisted. I'll leave it at that. So just make sure that you are paying attention for the free mint. It actually is something more than just free. It's going to do some cool stuff for you.
It's extremely, extremely essential. It's the base layer of our entire ecosystem for the Danger Close Alpha project. So if you miss out, you're going to regret it.
That's right. So make sure that you guys are following us on all the socials so you get all the info, keep up to date. Obviously, be following us on both of our Twitters as well. We've got Danger Close Alpha without the A at the end, and then Debate Crypto OG. So without further ado, let's take a peek at what the markets are doing. It's been a Friday. It's been a busy Friday. So I'm going to tell you, Miguel, this will be the first time today that I've actually looked, and this is not the norm.
You mean that you haven't been panicking the whole time and looking at your portfolio all day? Like, we're down another 2%. We're down another 2%.
Haven't even taken a look at the markets today. Like, I just know that they suck. So let's take a look at them. So let me update this. And all right. Oh, look at that. I don't look and they're green. Global crypto market is at 892.35 billion.
We're back, baby. That's it. We're back.
We're back. Bull runs on. Straight to the moon. We're up 1.79%, baby. Let's go. Bitcoin's up about 1.15% at $20,504. ETH just up over 1,000. Guys, how many times have I talked to you about this? These big round numbers. Have you noticed how we settle on these big round numbers? So we're right above 20. We're right above 1,000. Let's scroll down a little farther.
Can we hold it before we enter the devil's basement?
Oh, man. I guess we'll find out. We're right above 200, right? Cardano, hanging right around 50 cents. So a lot of these assets hang around these big even numbers because psychologically it feels good. And then also some of the numbers that are hanging around were previous all-time highs. However, ETH is about $400 lower than the previous all-time high. So it actually has bucked the trend a little bit. I think it's something to pay attention to because as we've been telling you, history repeats itself until it doesn't. And I think we are approaching a point at which we're going to be in a recession. We're going to be in possibly even, dare I say, a depression. and going to see what the crypto markets are going to do. So I'm interested to see what that looks like.
Yeah, man. If anybody missed the live T8 Thursday Battle Royale from last night, definitely go check it out, right? Ethereum could be headed as low as $500, dude. $500 Ethereum, bruh.
Oh,
bruh. Who's going to be buying some NFTs with that $500 Ethereum?
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you who's going to be buying some more ETH if ETH is at $500.
100%.
This guy. There is no doubt about that. So let's check out what's happening in DeFi, though, Miguel. What's on the platform? What's on the podium tonight?
Dude, we've got another lending platform once again pausing withdrawals. The Celsius problem continues to grow and expand, right? It's like a virus. It's just infecting all these other lending platforms. Not actually working like that, guys. Don't worry. The protocol's okay. But that is happening. We have Celsius news about it might not be getting a bailout from its investors. So it might, sink to the bottom. We've also got Solana introducing a new feature you guys might not all like, but some of you might. And finally, to wrap it up, we have the crypto panic of this cycle right now is looking a lot like 1907. What happened in 1907? Stick around, you'll find out.
Yes, you will. Let's jump it. Let's jump it off with a little Solana. Solana is definitely not my favorite. So we'll start off there. Let's see what's going on. Solana's new gas fees won't make the network expensive, says co-founder. Solana's new fee structure could lead us to gas wars for big NFT drops, but it won't cause fees to rise across the entire network, like on Ethereum. Okay, so always comparing themselves to ETH. Okay, yeah, let's keep it going here. Solana is the second largest smart contract network behind only Ethereum, right? So in brief, Solana is rolling out a new fee prioritization model alongside other network upgrades aimed at stability. The model will charge an additional fee during times of congestion, but only for the in-demand apps and services. Solana is on the verge of introducing a new fee prioritization model, which is designed to help mitigate the impact of in-demand apps and services alongside other new tech upgrades. But unlike with Ethereum, Solana co-founder Anatoly Yakovenko claims the model won't punish users with high fees across the entire network. Solana Labs revealed its first details on the new fee implementation last month in a post-mortem report following the network crash blamed on bots or users' automated programs overwhelming an NFT mint. Per the report, the new model will take a neighborhood fees approach that does not impact the wider network. Miguel, the reason that they did this was because the network was being attacked. People were saying, hey, it's free, so let's just go ahead and pile on transactions and let's see how fast or how efficient this network actually is. Am I wrong in saying that? I think that's what was happening.
No, that's pretty much the gist of it. And people criticize Ethereum for their gas fees and their situation, but we've had Mind Your Biz on here, and he's explained it. It's not so much of a what's the word? Of a bug in the program, in the software of Ethereum. It's actually a feature. It's meant to be that way to deter this type of behavior from happening. And therefore, you see now Solana introducing a very similar, right? They're trying to keep it contained within certain dApps or certain areas of the network, but nonetheless, they're introducing that fee prioritization to make sure things don't get out of control when you're not, charging people.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those necessary evil things. One of the things that you guys are going to learn in the bear market, which, hate to say it, but we're there, is that there's a lot of building that is going to happen. And with the building, there's going to be some changes that happen. So
some demolishing.
Right, some good, some bad. And I do think we need to keep that in mind, that there's going to be things that are going to happen to some of the protocols, some of the assets that you might hold currently, where you look at it and you say, hey, that was a good upgrade. There's going to be some other things that you're going to say, well, wait a minute, I don't like that. But the thing that you don't like might also be a good thing overall for the network. What's Sean talking about? It's really easy for Solana to have lower gas fees than ETH when its network is always down. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact, dude. When the network is just down, I mean, hey, we can just let it sit for a little while, let it simmer a little bit, and then we don't need any high fees. We're never up and running. So smash the like. Let's have some fun, guys.
Let's get it, man. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. I was going to say something, but let's say that.
Let's get it. Let's get it. We're just smashing.
Let's talk about the Babel Finance. pausing withdrawals, citing liquidity pressures. The $2 billion fund has announced that it's blocking customers from pulling out their assets after a slump in the crypto.
I just want to quickly say, if anybody's read the Bible, you know what happened the last time the Babel Tower was built. It didn't end pretty. Let me tell you.
No, it fell. It definitely did. And they've got this called Babel. I almost wonder if it is foreshadowing. I guess we will find out. Babel Finance has become the latest crypto lending platform to suspend redemptions and withdrawals, the Hong Kong-based company said in a blog post Friday. The firm stated it was, quote, facing unusual liquidity pressures, you don't say, amid a border crash in cryptocurrency prices, citing a lack of available assets readily on hand as the basis of its decision to prevent customers from moving money out of their accounts. Recently, the crypto market has seen major fluctuations, and some institutions in the industry have experienced conductive risk events, said Babel Finance in the announcement posted to its website. It follows a similar move by crypto lending platform Celsius, which earlier this week announced that it would prevent customers from withdrawing or transferring their funds as its positions in Lido staked Ethereum came under threat when the ETH lost its peg. Well, the Lido staked ETH lost its peg to ETH. The ripple effects from the Lido staked ETH depegging continue to spread, with crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital facing questions over whether it's insolvent. So, Miguel, let me ask you this. This is what I don't get. And it's true story. I'm asking the question. These platforms come online and they are making money off of, whether it's a lending platform, whether you're staking and they're making funds that way, farming, whatever it is that you're doing, they come into existence to make money. Okay. Whether the markets are up, whether the markets are down, whether money's coming in or whether money's coming out, the initial liquidity that they put into the market that they are using to then you add to. And what I don't understand is, how does it get to the point where all of a sudden, hey, we don't have anything for you? We've got to just stop all of these withdrawals. How does it get there?
Dude, I mean, honestly, I don't have the full details of how it gets there, but basically, I imagine it as a bank run, right? Everybody starts pulling funds. They have people to pay. They have other people to pay APY to, but how can they pay them APY if you're pulling out all their liquidity? They don't have any money to actually pay these other people.
But this is why people call it a Ponzi scheme. They're saying, hey, you need somebody else's money coming from point A to put it in point B. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's a problem.
Welcome to the United States of America and central banking. Congratulations, you just graduated from economics 101. It's all a Ponzi scheme. Don't pull out your money. Spend. That's what it is, right? We've literally allowed the traditional system to kind of jump these into DeFi, into crypto world for extra APY, right? The only difference is we're actually gaining the APY ourselves, versus when the banks, they keep all the APY for them and they give us crumbs. Right. That's the only difference. And we said, well, hell yeah. If you're going to give it to me, let's do it. Let's do the same thing we're doing over here, but pay me this time, right? That's right. I understand the agreement there, but people don't understand is they don't really understand how all these details work. And when there's a bank run, right, situations like this will occur. And, you know, it's just a matter of time before we see more and more as the market continues to drop. Another finance will come out and have the same problem. Another finance will come out and have the same problem. And the biggest problem is, these things are not protocols that are just being ran solely through a network. They have companies behind them, people making money, right? So they all have points of centralizations, which are points of failure. And as we're seeing, which we'll be covering up here soon, Celsius, right? They're not going to get a bailout. Babel, if they continue having liquidity problems, probably won't get a bailout. And we'll see a lot of these DeFi protocol companies die because no one's going to bail them out, right? They're not like the U.S. government is not going to come in and bail them out like they did in 2008.
Yeah, and then begs the statement that we always use at the start of the show and the end of the show: question everything, trust nothing. Is this part of the greater ruse to scare people out of their crypto positions? The banks and institutions come in and swoop up all of these stupid low prices because they have effectively played a game of, they're basically rug pulling the DeFi system and saying, wait a minute, We're going to pull it out from under you. We're going to scare you to death. For those of you that do have the wherewithal to stick around, it's not going to be that many of you. We have to understand that there's still going to be people that are going to win. There's still going to be people that are going to do well. But for the majority of you, you won't be able to withstand the pull. And then what happens? They take over. They are the points of centralization. All of a sudden, the APRs, the APYs, they drop because, let's be fair, a lot of them were not sustainable if you actually did the math on it. And now all of a sudden, where are we? Are we back to the legacy financial system? That's my fear, and that's what I don't want to see happen.
That's where we're going, right? All of these situations, and Sean's 100%, it's all Fugazi. It's because this is all going to be a thing to point at as highlight evidence A, B, C, and D of why we need regulation, right? And why we need to stop DeFi, and why people can invest money and actually make APYs, and how it's how none of that actually ever works. We can't do it. It's too dangerous. Come on back to the traditional system. Come on, and we will protect you. Come on.
Step on over here. We're the government. We are centralized banking. We are here to help. So don't be fooled, guys. There is still, and I do want to throw this out there, we're here for entertainment purposes. We're not here to give you financial advice. There's a lot of risk in any and all of these platforms. You've heard me talk about it before, that I have hesitated with some of my ETH and dropping it onto some of these platforms for the sole reason that I didn't want to give up some of my custody, some of my ability to move. And I knew that I was giving up APR and APY for that. But for me, it just felt more safe. Hey, right now, it's looking like a genius move. However, back then, I remember Miguel and I had a conversation like, hey, what could we really be doing with some of the funds, right? Should we be staking everything 20% on Anchor, right? We had that conversation, Miguel.
Yes.
That exact conversation. We said, should we be staking on Anchor?
Bro, 100%, right? Because it's so enticing. Yes. But I have an issue with giving up custody of my crypto and locking it up somewhere and putting it somewhere else where I will not be holding the keys. I have an issue with that. I got into crypto specifically for that purpose. I control my money. Nobody can stop me from doing a transaction. No one can stop me from doing anything that I want because I hold it. There's nowhere I'm going to go and they're going to say, sorry, you can't withdraw your funds right now, right? But when you go into these platforms, you're giving that up. You're signing the consent form and saying, go ahead, take it. And when you come and say, hey, I want my money back, then you're going to get the, sorry, we're not doing any withdrawals right now.
You know, when I was in Brazil, I might have told the story a while ago, but quick story. When I was in Brazil, it was like 2:00 in the morning. Me and my buddy are out partying, having a good time, whatever. And I try to swipe my card, and my card all of a sudden doesn't work. Well, why? Because I didn't call my bank like a good boy and say, excuse me, Mr. and Mrs. Banker, can I please spend my own money overseas? And then what do they tell you? They say, well, sir, we apologize for the inconvenience, but this is for your own protection. Oh, is it? Or is it the fact that this is FDIC insured? You know that if somebody would have scammed some money out of me, that you would owe it back. So they can lie, and tell you that's for your own protection. So fast forward to where we're at with DeFi. What they want to do is say, wait a minute, because they're seeing it. They're seeing, hold on, if this works, and hear me, people, if this works, the people can effectively be their own bank. BYOB, not bring your own beer, be your own bank. And if we could all think about it, we've got 36 people in here right now. If the 36 of us pooled our money together, like all the money that we had together, and put it into a big pot, right? And everybody operated as if, now this would be a trust system, right? But everybody operated as if just normal. Hey, some people are going to save. Some people have times where they're going to need to spend. Some people are going to be earning APR, blah, 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 right? Functionally, you would believe and think that as long as everybody didn't try to grab it all at once, it could work, right? And that's what scares the banks, because the banks look at it and say, they don't need us. They don't need us.
100%.
So what do? We step in, we regulate the heck out of them. We create panic in the markets. We stir things up. We shake it up. We make people's portfolio go from hero to zero, right? And that's ultimately what's happening right now. So the question that I have for everybody in here, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I know what Miguel and I have done over the last
I'm going to go buy some dip.
Yeah, exactly. Toss some dip in the lip and let's go. Not financial advice. You already know we're here for entertainment purposes only. But I think it's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens with DeFi, man. I'm really interested. We've got
Let's
one
go.
more.
We got
I want
another
to jump
article
into
about
here.
DeFi. Celsius.
Yeah, let's talk
Bring
about
Bring it.
Nexo here. Hold on a second. Nexo co-founder, crypto crash like the panic of 1907. A lot of you are going to say 1907. What's that? Well, let me tell you. So, Antony Trenchev, and I might have butchered that, but whatever. The co-founder and managing partner of crypto lending platform Nexo has likened the current crypto crash to the panic of 1907, the first global financial crisis of the 20th century, during which wealthy Wall Street institutions were forced to come to the rescue of their struggling peers. This reminds me, quite frankly, of the 1907 bank panic, where JP Morgan was forced to step in with his own funds and then rally all of those guys that were solvent to fix the situation. Trenchev told Bloomberg TV on Friday. That was the pre-Federal Reserve, so there was no lender or last resort. He added that the situation right now is very similar to those events, emphasizing that the firm is committed to being part of the solution that will result in consolidation of the broader crypto space. While declining to comment on the ongoing processes, Trenchev revealed that Nexo has been approached by 3 household Wall Street banks that are looking to leverage their expertise with the ones that are solvent to help remedy the overall situation. He added that the crypto space is heading towards acquisitions and consolidation of the space. Earlier this week, Nexo came up with an offer. Yeah, so listen, earlier this week, Nexo came up. Yeah, Nexo came up with an offer to acquire certain remaining qualifying assets of his struggling rival Celsius, whose sudden move to freeze withdrawals played a significant part in the ensuing market decline. Miguel, you started to say, that's huge. Tell the people what they need to know. Why is that huge? And I'm going to take a quick pause while you're telling us to say hello to our channel sponsor.
Yeah, so dude, the reason why this is huge is because what that means is there's going to be a concentration of companies, right? There's going to be less companies. A lot of these DeFi companies are going to get bought out, right? They're not going to just die. They're going to get bought out. And by them getting bought out, that means there's going to be more centralization of power in certain companies. And these companies that are going to be purchasing these other crypto companies are going to be backed by some big hitters, right? Where like we see Circle and USDC, the USDC and Circle are backed by mega money, right? From mega corporations that are from the traditional finance system. So Nexo and these other companies, not saying Nexo is itself, but you're going to definitely see these acquisitions happening is going to consolidate power into certain companies that have a lot of money and backing from big giants in the legacy system. And they say they're going to choose and pick their winners and say, we want this company to succeed. We need this one out of here. Same thing Facebook does, right? They buy out the competition when they see a moment of weakness or they see some type of innovation that they don't have, and they scoop them up. That way they can't compete no more. We literally live in a world of monopolies. Monopolies are illegal, but everything is practically a monopoly, right? We have hundreds and hundreds of news outlets, but if you look at who owns who, there's like
BlackRock.
Yeah, there's like 4 actual owners. So all the news that you see come from 4 guys, totally decentralized guys, totally decentralized. Everybody thinks for themselves. 4 people, 4 companies own it.
I did a TikTok on that the other day, and I think it's interesting because people want to believe that they're getting this truth that's being delivered to them. And I think what's happening is people are starting to recognize that, wait a minute, I'm just getting force-fed or spoon-fed what they want me to see. Because, Miguel, if you and I, right, let's say you and I, we've got 43 people in here right now, right? We love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. You could be anywhere on a Friday night. Thank you, guys. We got 43 people in here. And let's say the 43 people in here are like, you know, they're on with Keeper and Crusader. They're like, heck yeah, anything they say, I'm with it. Well, the unfortunate thing is that you could manipulate that, right? You could tell the people what you want them to hear. And the problem with having that overarching, like, you know, that company that owns all of the different news now, when I turn to 1, 2, 3, and 4, now it's like seeing 4 YouTube channels all owned by the same oligarch, right? Saying, hey, just go ahead and tell the people this. And you're like, well, wait a minute. I mean, I heard it on the liberal side of things. I heard it on the conservative
Everyone
side
is
of things.
saying it.
Everybody's saying it. It's got to be true.
It's got to be true. They can't all be wrong.
Yep. And so that's, again, question everything. Trust nothing. And we want you to think for yourselves. Go ahead.
We had a question here saying, don't you need these exchanges to withdraw your money? So the
Hmm.
exchanges are needed for on-ramping and off-ramping, right? So from the moment of putting your money from your bank account into the crypto exchange, buying some level of crypto, whatever crypto it is, and then instantly withdrawing it into a wallet, cold storage, whatever it is. You don't need to keep your money on the exchanges further than that, or do any type of deals, right? With like, let's say Coinbase. People have been locking up their Ethereum for the Ethereum 2.0, and that Ethereum is locked up. So if they saw this drop happening and said, "Oh man, I probably should sell out at 2,000 and
Not
maybe scoop
happening.
up," not happening.
Yep.
It's locked up forever until 2.0 happens. So
Yep.
you got screwed, right? Because you
Yep.
gave up custody of your crypto. And then
Yeah.
people were getting the Lido ST ETH, right,
Mm-hmm.
as an
Yep.
equivalent to that. That has apparently been losing its peg. So whatever it was pegged to equal one Ethereum, no longer is equally one Ethereum. So there you go.
Yeah.
They gave you a Fugazi solution, and you got Fugazi out of your money, and you got screwed.
Yeah, and that's so what Miguel ultimately is saying is right now the way things are set up, if you want to on ramp and off ramp to fiat currency, that's what needs to happen. Here's the beautiful thing though, and this is where life will change as we know it. When everyone starts accepting one ETH as one ETH as one ETH as one ETH, and everyone starts accepting one Bitcoin as one Bitcoin as one Bitcoin as one Bitcoin and multiple Satoshis, right? When that happens, guess what we don't need? The on ramps and off ramps. Now we need, hey, what's your wallet address? And I'm like, yeah, the real CryptoKeeper.eth. Let's go. Right. By the way, I bought that the other day. So ultimately what I'm trying to say is that value is what multiple people agree upon. And if we all agree that ETH has intrinsic value, then let's go. Let's exchange it. Let's move it around. We don't need the fiat. As long as I can spend it where I need to spend it, I can hold it where I want to hold it. Long term, it's a winning freaking solution. So we do right now, yes, if you want to go to fiat, if you need to go to fiat, yeah, you do need the exchanges. But just what Miguel's saying is for that short period of time. It does not need
Just
to
for
be
that
for
one
anything
purpose,
else.
and that's it, and then get out of there, right?
Yeah.
This is a perfect comment. The axis of evil that I fear when it comes to crypto is the triple threat of government, legacy financial institutions, and big tech all working to unlive or take over crypto.
Yeah.
Unlive.
And I agree with that. But what I think, Sean, let me kind of twist what you said a little bit. They're working together to not unlive it. I think they're working together to overtake it, to consume it, to eat it,
Yeah,
so
to
that they can
control
then
it.
regurgitate and control it via their channels. And that's what it's about. It's saying, hey, I see an opportunity here that I didn't see before the people saw it. Miguel talked about it, I think, yesterday. We're like, hey, the people for the first time saw like front loaded, they got in front of the institution, so the institution say, wait a minute, bring the boat back, which is what's happening right now. Well, what are we going to do, right?
Yeah, dude.
That's kind of what's happened.
So if we all can agree that things are not looking very bright and things can be very sketchy when it comes to legacy financial institutions, the threat of government, and the threat of big tech, then get into Danger Close Alpha, guys. Get in where you fit in.
Let's
Get
go.
ready. Prepare. Possible food shortages. All kinds of crazy things are happening. Red flags are constantly popping up left and right. We're talking about it in the Discord, but all these situations that are happening that are pointing to very real bad economical and just in general bad times coming ahead. So if
Yeah.
you want to prepare, if you want to get ready, if you want to look for those skills and those resources plus the community to be behind you, check out Danger Close Alpha. The free mint is coming closer than you think.
Heck yeah, we are going to have some fun with that. Listen, on top of everything that Miguel just said, you're also, because I realize with NFTs, people appreciate the art. You've also got an artist that works for DC Comics. It's freaking dope art. Like you need to understand that too. You're going to be getting a dope piece of artwork on top of everything else that you're going to be able to do. Real life, real world applications, education, all of the good stuff. Check it out. It definitely needs to be a part of the playbook for you. So we definitely encourage you to do that. Miguel, do we have another article or is that it?
We had the Celsius one, but we don't need to cover that. I mean, we kind of just hit it. Basically, they're not going to get bailed. It looks like they're not going to get bailed out by their investors, so they could be crashing down to zero.
Well, hold on a second. Let's back that up. I didn't see that one. If they do, okay, so in the legacy financial system right now, who bailed out these banks back in 2008? Well, our government did. The
Yeah.
government, however, sees the threat in crypto and says, well, we ain't bailing you out, right? So the individual investors could theoretically,
Yeah,
quote, bail them out, right? Is that what you're saying?
but what I'm saying is they could do like another round of funding to keep the
Okay.
company alive.
Okay.
And basically, if the investors say no, like we're not interested in another round of funding to invest into your company, they're basically going to run out of cash. And once they run out of cash, they,
So they're literally thinking.
kaput.
So when we talk about my buddy Ben, our buddy Ben, suing Celsius, it's because they're about to be insolvent. Essentially, if people don't cough up more money and say, hey, we are willing to support, and hold you up, they're going to be SOL.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
Ooh, guys, listen, we are not about fear. We're not about trying to scare people. What we want you to do is take custody of your own crypto, be your own bank, understand what you have in front of you. It's not time to run away from the table. It's time to eat, right? Again, this is for entertainment purposes. We're not here to give you financial advice, but I will tell you from experience, the people in this space that eat, right? The people in this space that look at this as an opportunity, not a scary time. And I know it takes time to kind of work your mind around that idea. Those are the people that are going to do well. I meant to tell you this, Miguel. My 80-something-year-old great aunt, we're going to be doing a job for with our construction company. And I go over today and I start talking to her, and she's like, oh, yeah, aren't you going out to like New York or something next week? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, what for? Is it for that crypto stuff? And dude, she's 80-something years old. I said, yeah. And she goes, you're getting killed, aren't you? And I was like, hey, Carol, how you know that? She's like, oh, I pay attention. The news told me, and I was like, there it is. The news wants to tell you when the market is getting either pummeled or zooming. Let's walk that through real quick. Why when it's zooming? Why when it's running up and to the right? Because
FOMO,
these
baby.
institutions, want you buying it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it, right? The other side of it is when it's absolutely dumping, FUD. There's FUD, there's FOMO. Those are the two options. You don't really hear a lot of the news
That's
saying
what
like
sells.
crypto is building.
FOMO,
Yeah,
FOMO
that's
or
exactly
FUD
it.
is what sells, right?
Headlines.
Fear or greed.
Yep.
That's
Headlines.
what sells. They don't talk about fundamentals. They don't talk about the
No.
technology growing. They don't talk about what's happening with it. They don't talk about that. They just say pumping or dumping and what you should be doing, panicking or FOMOing. That's literally it.
It's wild, dude. I'm really looking forward to a world where we can move into, hey, this is what the technology has done for us. Now we're taking the next step forward, the next appropriate step forward to set ourselves up financially moving forward. So, Crypto fam, we love you guys. If nobody's told you that before today, Miguel and I love you. We appreciate you for being here. You could be anywhere. Where are you? You're with Debate Crypto. Make sure you jump into the Discord. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Do all of the socials. Hey, we got 42 people in here. I don't see the like button right now, but I just ask, if you haven't, smash the likes. Exit out of the live chat real quick. Smash the likes. It is important. It tells YouTube, hey, these guys are doing something that we like. We would appreciate the love. It's tough in the bear market. We're not going anywhere. Miguel and I have had this discussion. It wasn't even a question. We're going to continue to bring the heat, bear market, bull market, anything in between. And we need your guys' support for that. So we love you. We hope you guys have a wonderful night, but you need to remember to question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like a top.
We'll see you soon.